I fought Johnny Hendricks not too long ago, and he's obviously, top contender now. And, even Paul Bradley was a 4-time All-American at Iowa. So, as far as wrestling goes, I think I've dealt with guys similar or at least as good as Josh Koscheck. But, he's been around a long time. He's already had a title shot. Good fighter. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Where do you feel like your advantages might lie?
I think I'm pretty good striker. I've developed my striking over the last couple years, and my clinch game's pretty good. And if I get someone pinned up against the cage, I think I can take advantage of some spots there.
Do you see this as a relatively even match, though?
I do. Like I said, he's pretty well rounded. I've been developing a style, to kind of get in people's faces, get them on their heels, and I think it's going to be hard for him to fight going backwards, and that's what we're going to try and do on Saturday.
How do you feel about the fact, though, that he feels like you have more to gain in this fight than he does in terms of positioning in the division? So how do you feel about that?
Oh, that's fine. Like I said before, I think he's got a lot to lose, and I got everything to gain. I don't think this was the most desirable fight for him. I think he would love to fight someone with a little more clout right now to get back in that picture for fighting GSP again. But he's got to deal with me first.
How do you feel about playing that little bit of a spoiler role?
Oh, I'm totally good with that, man. That's how my career started off here in the UFC. I came in as a guy that was going to get smashed by Brock Larson, and no one thought in a million years I was going to out-wrestle the guy, but I did, and I got the upset. It was like the number 2 upset of the year, so looking forward to doing it again.
If there was a fight that we had to use as a definition of Mike Pierce, something that somebody had never seen you before, what fight do you think you'd like to show people?
Well, hopefully this one. All the odds are always against me. So it's no different this time around. I'm the guy that is in here, to fill a spot because someone was injured, and that's kind of, I think, how most people are seeing it. So what I want to do is go out there and prove people wrong and get in his face and beat him up, give the fans what they want.
He said you were a bit of a midget.
He's 5'10". He's 2 inches taller than me. I'm okay with being the little battle troll. I go in there and fight anyone. I don't care how tall they are.
Did you say battle troll?
I said battle troll, yeah. Whatever. I've always been the shortest guy. I think the only guy that's shorter than me in the division is Matt Serra, and I don't know that he's going to be fighting anytime soon. So, I'm all right with being the short guy.
What do you think about Brittany Palmer being in Playboy?
I didn't even know that, to be honest. I don't have a subscription, so I'll have to check it out. Tell you then.
Ariani spread?
Yeah, I did. Nothing wrong with good-looking UFC girls in Playboy, Love it.
Who do you think might win the main event on Saturday, Diaz Condit?
I'm leaning towards Diaz. Both those guys are tough as nails, and Diaz has got cardio for days. Carlos Condit, another one of those guys that just is going to keep fighting to the end, and I think it's going to come down to who wants it more at the end of the night.
Can you talk about your camp and if there's any names that people would recognize that you brought in to imitate Josh's style?
I've been doing a lot of my sparring with Chael Sonnen, and he's got some of the best takedowns in the business. So, just dealing with him is a handful as it is. He's quick. He might not be a 170-pound fighter, but he's still quick at 185, and he's definitely got the explosive, power in his shots to emulate a guy like Josh Koscheck. So he's one of the guys, and there have been some other wrestlers, even the community colleges that have been getting ready for nationals. I went and trained with those guys for a little bit to kind of get ready for, the wrestling style that Josh brings.
What are your goals in the sport and maybe potential matchups going forward? I know you're focused on this fight, just fights that really jump out at you for the future.
Well, a lot of people have been talking about me and Ellenberger at some point, or, some of these other guys that are, climbing their way up the division. And, I'm just looking forward to whatever. I've been kind of given certain guys and just taking the opportunities as they come. So, right now I got Josh Koscheck, and that's really my primary focus right now. But after that, I'll probably call someone. I'm just not sure who yet.
Ask Chael. Chael's good at calling people out.
Yeah, he'll probably help me. He'll script something out for me, and we'll get it together.
Has he helped you prepare for Koscheck's verbal assault?
There really hasn't been much of a verbal assault from Koscheck. It's kind of...
You got a press conference tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I still got some surprises in store for Koscheck later, but you guys will see at weigh-ins. But, yeah.
Fright wig. I feel a fright wig coming.
It'll be funny. But, yeah, I don't try to imitate Chael. He's got his own thing coming or going on, and I don't think I can compete with that, so I'm just going to do my own thing.
Did you think he won that fight with Bisping?
I did. I think he did enough to win. I don't think he was the the same Chael that we saw fight Anderson Silva. I think physically he'd looked a little bit different. He didn't move quite like he did in the Anderson fight, I think. So I don't know what it was in his camp maybe that went a different direction, but I think he'll be ready for Anderson. He hates to lose, and he's so close to winning, and I'm sure he wants to get some redemption.
How's the weight cut for you? What's your weight at?
170. It's going good. No, I mean, my weight, I'm probably about 12 over right now, so I'm doing fine. And, the weight cut, it's always something you dread, but it's part of the game, and I'm ready for it.
What's your thoughts on people kind of joking about taking out life insurance policies on Chael Sonnen when he goes to fight in Brazil?
Yeah, from what I hear, there's some truth to that. I really genuinely think there's a lot of people in Brazil that would love to just see him strung up, but I think he's going to have a pretty hefty security detail while he's in Brazil, if that's indeed where the fight's at. But I just hope nobody goes that far and tries to do something stupid, because we all want to see the fight and we don't want anything to happen outside the octagon.
So we are in Vegas. Are you a gambler? Do you play the tables at all?
I've gambled one time ever in Las Vegas, and I actually won money. I didn't want to gamble to begin with. One of my buddies gave me $100. He's like, if you lose the money, not a problem. If you get anything back, just give me the $100, keep whatever. So we went to the craps tables, and we must have been there for 3-4 hours just milking drinks, and winning money, and it was a good time. Ended up keeping $500, gave him $100 back. So, I don't think I could do it again, because usually I have the most horrible luck, and I'll just lose everything. So I just try to stay away from it, to be honest.
Well, what kind of prediction can you give us, if anything, for Saturday?
Saturday, I really want to get in this guy's face. Josh kind of has a reputation of being a little bit of a bully. Once he gets that momentum started, it's hard for guys to recover. So I want to get in his face right from the start and get him on his heels and keep him there for the whole fight.
And I got to ask, Pats or Giants?
Yeah, I didn't even know that's who was in the Super Bowl. I used to follow football a lot more. I used to be a Raiders fan, but I know, right?
Broncos fan.
I'm the Pats fan, for the record.
My dad was a fan, so I kind of followed suit. But there's a guy named Alex Green who plays for the Packers. So he trains in the same gym as I do. I kind of been rooting for the Packers, but they didn't make it this year. So oh well, next year.
What is your thoughts on John Jones being a 6-1 favorite over Rashad?
I think that's fairly accurate. I mean, both those guys, again, for me, it's hard. They're both wrestlers, so it's hard for me to choose one. But I think John Jones, he's got a lot of range to use. He's really athletic. Rashad, pretty good at coming inside and closing the distance. We saw against Phil Davis. But I still think that John Jones has more ways to win right now. But going the distance, who knows? I mean, Rashad still looked pretty fresh in the 5th round there against Phil Davis. So, if it goes the distance, you might see an upset maybe. Who knows?
If you could fight anywhere in the world, where would you go fight?
I want to fight in Ireland really bad. I do. I just think that'd be fun. They love fights, and my great-grandfather was an Irishman, so I would really love to go over there and fight.
Have you ever been? It's gorgeous.
I've never been. That's one of another reason why I would love to go fight in Ireland. It just has a lot of appeal to me.
Yeah. You just gained yourself some fans.
It's so gorgeous. I went one. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
A bunch of fans in the crowd with mugs.
Absolutely, and then you go party and drink some good beer afterwards. Is that it, everyone?
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.